Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're fascinated by the social glue that holds our communities together, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're unpacking a really powerful framework for social cohesion and intercultural dialogue. We're going to explore exactly how we can build harmony in modern, diverse neighborhoods. It's just a fascinating look at how localized, on-the-ground action can create these massive societal ripples. So let's dive right in and explore this blueprint for building stronger, more unified communities together. To kick things off, we really should note that this framework is backed by the European Union. So the concepts we're about to break down aren't just pie-in-the-sky theories. They are actionable, funded, and highly structured initiatives that are actively being applied out there in the real world to build stronger societal bonds. Think about your own neighborhood for a second. How can youth from totally different cultures actually build social cohesion? It's kind of a massive puzzle, right? I mean, we walk down the street and see diverse cultures living side by side every day. But just being near each other doesn't automatically equal unity. How do we take young people, individuals who are still shaping their worldviews, coming from completely different backgrounds, speaking different languages at home, and help them actually forge a unified society? Well, that's the core challenge our source material tackles today, and the answer it provides is honestly brilliantly simple. All right, let's jump into our first section, shared goal, shared future. So, the absolute starting line here, it's simple. They literally have to meet. You just can't build a shared future if the architects of that future never cross paths. The very first step in this entire framework is the physical and social gathering of youth from diverse cultural backgrounds. And to be clear, we aren't talking about forced assimilation here. We're talking about intentionally creating spaces where young people who might otherwise never interact are brought together. This convergence is the crucial spark you need to ignite any meaningful progress. Which brings us nicely to our next part, the foundations of social cohesion. Think of social cohesion as, well, kind of like the ultimate community glue. It's the continuous process of strengthening bonds, harmony, and unity among diverse groups. It isn't some magical finish line you cross and say, okay, we're done. It's an ongoing daily endeavor. When a society has high social cohesion, people from completely different backgrounds actually trust each other, they rely on each other, and they feel a shared sense of belonging. It is pretty much a universal tool for community strength. So, how do we actually get that glue to stick? Through intercultural dialogue. This is the open exchange of views and collaborative interaction between individuals from totally different cultural backgrounds. Look at it this way. If social cohesion is the destination, intercultural dialogue is the vehicle that gets us there. It requires genuine exchange. It means speaking up, sure, but equally it means listening. It dissolves prejudices, builds empathy, and establishes the mutual understanding that makes harmony possible in the first place. Let's move on and look at what we're calling the intercultural dialogue bridge. Now, this is where we see a huge, really stark contrast. Picture a community operating in isolated cultural silos. People might be living in the exact same geographic area, but they are entirely disconnected, dealing with their problems in a total vacuum. It's inefficient, and honestly, it just breeds misunderstanding. On the flip side, imagine those same communities brought together by a shared actionable goal. Because dialogue often fails if you're just sitting in a room staring at each other, right? But the second you introduce a shared objective, those cultural silos start breaking down naturally. The goal demands cooperation, and cooperation demands dialogue. Moving right along to our next section, environment, the unifying force. Okay, this is absolutely brilliant. Joint environmental projects act as a universally shared space for collaboration. Think about it. The environment literally doesn't care about your cultural background. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the local parks, these belong to absolutely everyone. Because the environment is this universally shared asset, it serves as the perfect, neutral ground for different cultures to interact. When a river needs cleaning, the focus shifts entirely away from our differences and zeroes in on a shared, vital objective. And these joint projects really thrive on three core elements. First up, shared ecological goals. Everyone wants a clean, safe neighborhood to live in. That's just a universal human desire. Second, neutral collaborative workspaces. A community garden is a neutral zone where no single group holds dominance. Everyone is basically a guest of nature. And third, mutual community benefit. When the project is finished, every single person enjoys the reward, regardless of who they are. You just cannot succeed in these initiatives without working as a team. Let's shift our focus now to our final section, the transformative role of youth. So, taking all this, our source text gives us a really dynamic three-step action plan. Step 1. Youth from diverse cultures meet. Like we established, this is the vital starting line. Step 2, they collaborate on joint environmental projects. They literally get their hands dirty together, planting, building, cleaning. They are forced to communicate and rely on one another, which is exactly where that essential intercultural dialogue happens, which leads directly to step 3, strengthening overall social cohesion. These young people take the bonds they formed working in nature straight back to their homes, schools, and families, spreading that unity outward. What we're ultimately talking about here is strengthening societal harmony entirely from the ground up through shared environmental action. The framework isn't proposing some top-down, heavy-handed legislation to force people to get along. It's proposing grassroots, localized action. By starting with the youth and focusing on the physical spaces we all share, these projects directly result in a more cohesive, harmonious, and resilient society. It is just an incredibly practical blueprint for community building. So, to wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with this one final provocative question. Who will you establish a dialogue with for our shared environment? The framework we've unpacked today is way more than just a theory. It is a call to action. Take a look around your own community. Where are the cultural silos? Where's the shared environment that really needs some attention? I highly encourage you to take these insights, step outside your usual circles, and find that shared goal. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep learning, keep building those bridges, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.